Hello and welcome to all our viewers from around the world. I'm Kristen Schwartz, licensed midwife and MC here at Gold and Gold Learning. And here at Gold, we are almost ready to start our Gold Lactation online conference of 2021. This is the 15th year that we're having this amazing conference. And here with me today as one of our keynote speaker is the fantastic Lisa Marasco. Hello, Lisa.
Good morning.
Oh, wow. It's so wonderful to have you here again at Gold. It's so fantastic. How many times have you been speaking with us? This must be like
I think it's maybe like the third time.
the time back by popular demand. Oh, it's fantastic to have you here. And most of our viewers are, of course, familiar with you, who you are. You're very well known in the industry. But for any of our viewers who are new to the topic of lactation, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where in the world are you? And tell us about your life and work in lactation.
So I live in Santa Maria, California, in the United States, and I have been here for a good 40 some years. I actually started my career as an accountant. I have a
Hmm.
degree in business administration accounting, but having babies kind of changed my life. And
Hmm.
I really fell in love with breastfeeding and became a La Leche League leader. And from there, I realized I really loved the technical aspect of helping parents. And so I decided to pursue a master's in lactation and to become an IBCLC. And so I did that somewhere in my 30s there. So I have been made kind of a right turn in life and really discovered that I love figuring things out. I love a challenge and digging into the research, and I don't like unsolved mysteries. So so that's just kind of been my passion all of my career. I was in private practice originally, and then 15 years ago I joined our local WIC. So I have been a clinical lactation consultant for WIC the past 15 years. So I have been exposed to a variety of different
Hmm.
settings and different people from different backgrounds, and have encountered a lot along the way.
Yeah. Oh, I can see that, and that's so interesting. This jump from accounting to a master's in of lactation. You've seen it all. You have, you're out in the field as well as doing a lot of research. So, it's such a well-rounded background there. And you have also written some books, right? The Making More Milk, I believe, is pretty popular around here.
Yes, that is the seminal. Diana West and I both put that project together, and we did just release our second edition.
Aha, second edition. And I know there's
Yes.
book groups around, for that book as well. So fantastic. What a wonderful resource you provide there for lactation professionals there as well. It's fantastic. Now, let me ask you this: with COVID, were you able to still see at WIC clients or families directly, or did also WIC change to online or virtual appointments?
We never stopped offering
Hmm.
in-person care. We do
Wonderful.
offer virtual care, but our virtual is telephone only. We're not,
Ah,
we're,
okay.
we're getting close to being up on like Zoom, but not yet. So I mostly see people in person. We have
Mm,
taken a lot of precautions and
yeah.
screening people and, on both sides. So that hasn't stopped. That hasn't stopped
Great,
for us
great.
because
So
the
yeah,
need doesn't
the
stop.
the need doesn't stop, and this personal contact is what's so valuable there as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So you are one of our keynote speakers here, and oh my gosh, this topic is amazing. You're presenting on the mysterious milk ejection reflex. So tell us, I mean, that because you're into research and you are really fascinating with work, finding how things work and such. So that must be like a challenge, and you took it on. And I know I've seen parts of your little sneak peeks of your presentation. You really poured your heart and soul into that presentation. So tell us a little bit about what we can look forward to.
Well, I think, the title, I said mysterious because I think in the end, when we think it could be a letdown problem, and then we're like, yeah, what, there's just, we talk about everything else, every other aspect, and I am
Mm,
very well versed in, all the issues with low milk supply, but what could be causing, what could be behind milk ejection issues. And so my goal was to just shed a little more light on the whole topic for all of us to understand all the factors that go into milk ejection. and then perhaps to have a little better handle on, what's going on with our individual clients. Um,
Hmm.
it's still, the whole process is very deeply intertwined. And so it's not easy to tease things out, but I think a little more clarity helps us get a better handle on strategies.
That's great because a little clarity we could definitely use. I remember learning about this, in midwifery school way back, and I'm thinking, it was like a textbook style. Okay, and then the milk ejection reflex happened, but nobody really told us how this happens really and what's behind it and what anything that could be related to it, any issues, problems, challenges that we could see with that as well, and I find it interesting. When you're sitting there learning about it, you really don't question it, and then you go out in the real world, right? And you see different scenarios, and that's why this is so important to learn more and to be able to identify more there as well, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, and it is very mysterious. I mean, absolutely. I love that title, especially because there goes a lot into that.
I hope, hopefully by the end we'll feel like we understand a little more. There's still a lot that needs to be researched. I mean, unfortunately, the research has not gone as far as it should, but there is information out there that we can pull together and look at, and hopefully will
Mhm.
move us all forward a little bit more.
Will you keep researching this topic more after this, or?
Oh, yes. There, you can't, things will keep coming up. I will keep learning. I will keep adding to this, but this is my start.
This is your start. Oh, I can't wait to see where that leads us here in this presentation and where you go from there as well. What new things, maybe next year around this time or in a little bit, you have even more different research that you discovered and have done more research in that as well. And then it's amazing with the world of lactation, we're always learning, right? There's never a standstill. And I feel like there's a lot of research out there, but it feels like every day there's something new or we learn something different about the composition of milk, about the now the milk ejection reflex and so on. It feels like this wonderful world of a lifelong learning that we have open to us here.
It really is. I think that the longer I've been in this field, and I've been board certified since 93, I've been working with parents since 1986. And it's a humbling thing because the more you dive in, the more you
Uh-huh.
realize what you don't know.
Yeah.
And so in some respects, my world is opened up to all the things we haven't figured out yet, but that's a
Hmm.
good place to be. I
Yeah.
think that is.
Oh, that's a wonderful place to be. That keeps us curious, keeps you looking for more answers, more
Yes,
research.
yes.
It's a fantastic. So when you look back on your career, is there any time when you now look back to what you know now to compare to when you first started out that you go, oh my gosh, had I known this then, a lot would have been different in my practice. And
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, just on positioning, I think what I used to tell parents and, we used to push positions, they
yeah.
just need little things like that. And we've gotten so much wiser. And, I call it the back to nature or back,
Mm,
movement, because now we're kind of going back to how did nature design this to be? Whereas originally when I got started in this, it was more the cookbook, breastfeeding by the
yes.
cookbook.
Oh, I love this how you said this, breastfeeding by the cookbook, the positionings, the different positions, how to
Yeah.
do it, sitting mother up straight, and then the pillows and propping everything. It was like this whole production.
Aren't we all embarrassed by what we used to do?
I know. And now looking back, we go like, oh man, this makes so much more sense, right? What
Yes.
we-
Yep. Yep.
That's absolutely amazing. So yeah, and what other areas you're looking into? Is there anything in the works for you right now? I mean, I know you've been super busy with your own practice with WIC, with the presentation here at Gold, but what can you see down the road? What you think you will be working on?
This has been something that's been hanging out in the forefront for me for a long time. I have
Mm,
a couple other little projects that, I've thought about writing up, and but I think I'm going to take a little breather after this for the
mm.
moment.
A little breather. I'm sure that won't last too long because your curiosity and the drive to research more. Lisa, I can't see that lasting very long.
Yeah, we'll see. I have a dream to, I have making more milk is for the parents, but it
Yes.
is for the parents, but also has, enough
Hmm.
in-depth information for the clinician. There is a dream to do a professional book.
Oh,
So we'll
oh.
see. We'll see if we're able to pull that
Oh,
off.
oh, how wonderful. Now that you put that out there, we will keep bugging you about it. Did you know that? So, Lisa, before I let you go, I always like to ask, what little nugget of wisdom can you leave us here with us today? just, just something small here for us.
I think coming off the top of my head is be curious, be open. Don't confine your thinking process to the box. Some people, we've all come from different backgrounds,
Hmm.
and some of our backgrounds dictate a lot of our parameters, but let your mind flow freely
Mm,
and don't just keep it in that, well, this is how it's always been done, and I'm not allowed to wander outside of this. I want to say,
mm.
yes, you are. Let your mind wander outside because that's where all the innovative ideas come from.
Oh, wonderful. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Lisa Marasco, for chatting here with me. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing everybody.
Absolutely. And for our viewers, this presentation is, of course, a keynote presentation, and Lisa will be presenting twice on the mysterious milk ejection reflex. That will be happening live twice on May 10th. Of course, there will be a recording. And did I mention this is an open access presentation? So you can take part in it absolutely free of charge. Make sure you tell your colleagues and friends in the field as well. We want to spread the word about the mysterious milk ejection reflex because there's so much to learn and we want you to be part of this. And so if you want to find out more about this presentation, how to sign up, and about all the other presentations in this amazing Gold Lactation online conference, we invite you to visit goldlactation.com. And I hope to see you at the conference. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye.